Flying will be faster. We will have developed planes that get us from New York City to London in 90 minutes on sustainable aviation fuel, making the world closer. And I think maybe we've picked flying for a reason, James, given your air-based background. Might be a bit tenuous there. But what's your thoughts on that and what impact that might have?
Being able to go on many more holidays would be lovely. But I think the art of flying places quickly is going to be one of those ones that may be costly, because NASA can do that, but it does cost a fair amount. I think the need for feeling connected is something that is not going to go away. And this is why many people, despite working from home, if they're working in a team, they feel it more advantageous seeing people. And no one can beat that sensation of seeing someone in the flesh and being able to converse with them in person. It feels more personal. So that is something I think that is going to force it. But I think what you need to look at is the cost. So if you look back, say 70 years ago in the 1950s, they predicted we could be living on the moon.
They believe the huge space colony could be built before the year 2000.
Which we can do. We could theoretically be living on the moon.
Yeah.
Why?
Yes.
How much is it going to cost?
I love the fact you asked why before you went ahead and built the place on the moon, because I think that's a really good first question. Could kill off a lot of unnecessarily effort, or I don't know. There does seem to be a lot of interest in getting back on the moon these days. And I think you're saying it will value human interaction more. Yeah, so it'll be more, you're not taking it for granted because you're not seeing people regularly face to face. So maybe when you have a face to face meeting, it's more with a purpose. Do you think there is anything in the sort of cyber resilience side of things, as these sort of aircraft systems, civilian, whatever, it's critical infrastructure, isn't it?
There is a higher standard of security that you have to consider with that, yeah. But the one thing I would say is that you have to also consider is that gone are the days where completely isolating something is going to remove all risks, because you have to update your system. It has to connect to somehow. So therefore, you have to understand that nothing is going to be, no matter how much you disconnect it, it's going to be unconnected to the world. And threats can come from any different angle. But what you may be leading on to something to make things more secure by making them less reliant on presence on the ground. But as long as there's a connection, there's a chance that it could be attacked. So there's different ways you can do this, but essentially there's a system known as fail-safe. But not as a fail-safe, but as if it does fail, it fails in a way that allows it to be safely operated still. And I think this is essentially what you're looking at in cyber resilience across the field. You're trying to make sure that any single point of failure is removed, so that you're creating more resilience in your system. And this could mean basically buying from alternate suppliers to having multiple connections to the same place.
Which tells me, James, that you spend a large part of your professional career playing 4D chess in your head.
Yes. You don't think inside the box and you don't think outside the box. Instead, the question is, what box? You have to look at the entirety of how humans and systems interact with each other. You can't say that, oh, this system is safe because we've made it safe. It's like, well, what are the people doing? And how are they being used?
Jay, I'm looking over there because that's where my books are. There's a great little paper, and it's about a civilization that live in 2 dimensions, and they encounter a sphere, which is 3 dimensions. And obviously, what they see it as a line that starts small, gets bigger, gets small again. But the whole point of the story is if you live in 2 dimensions, you encounter another dimension, but you're constrained by the 2 dimensions you're in. So it's just your point that you were making about inside the box, outside box, no box. It's this, how do you construct these kind of thought processes so that you're not inadvertently looking at the world from a 2D angle, and you've got the 3D threat.
If you loop back to one of the things that you commented before, I think the best way to look at it is through the eyes of a red team. Attack the idea. If someone's saying we're secure, go, are we? How? And pick apart the definite articles.